Hey y'all, come on in. It's time to get these collard greens going. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna show y'all pretty much from start to finish on the collards. So we're gonna start with about a gallon of water. Okay, about a gallon of water. This is a big old pan because I'm cooking 3 bunches of greens. So this is going to be. I'm gonna start putting in my seasoning because I gotta get the water boiling and get my meat going, and then I'll get my collards in. This is a tablespoon and a half of my chicken bouillon seasoning, and everything's gonna be a tablespoon and a half of the ingredients that of the seasons rather than I'm putting in. This is onion powder, y'all. My tablespoon and a half of onion powder. None of this has salt in it, y'all. Now, the complete seasoning does have some salt content to it, but I'm going to put the same amount of complete seasoning. Tablespoon and a half. And then I'm just simply going to take my big old spoon. I'm going to stir this up real good. And I'll let it come to a good boil. It's just got I think enough salt in it, because now I'm gonna put in a pound of, see, is this a pound? Yeah. A pound, almost pound and a half of smoked turkey wings, okay? So this is a pound and a half. So I got my smoked turkey wings in. So 1 pound and a half. Ooh, that's a big, thick piece right there. I need to cut that piece. Let's see if I can cut that piece up a little bit. You know, when you get to eating collards, you like to put a little meat in with that collard. Them collards, yeah, I can cut that. See, I told you, invest in a pair of these shears, these kitchen shears, some that you're going to use strictly for cooking. Okay. Maybe I can cut that piece in half as well. No, I can cut off of that though. I just like to get it cut before I get it in here, and you know, when you get it and people start serving themselves, I want 2 or 3 people to be able to have some turkey meat to eat along with them collards. So I'm gonna let that start cooking and get it rolling and boiling real good, and then meanwhile this is cooking, I'm going to be over here cleaning my collards up, okay? So y'all hang tight and I'll be right back, and we're going to get these collards going. So you got to start them off hot first and then lower that heat and just let them simmer. I'm going to cover them in a minute. I'm going to cover them. I was going to use this, I was going to use my chop put the collards in to chop them up in, but that's okay. I got another pan I can use. This is my well, y'all seen this big piece. This is not my Uricast cookware. This is my cookware from when Tansy was a baby. This is my 44-year-old cookware. Still serves its purpose. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that heat back halfway down and let it cook, because I don't want all my water to boil out of there, okay? So we're gonna keep it rolling, y'all, with these collards. You know, I'm doing the collards first because it takes a little bit of time. So basically, what I've done already to the collards over here, and we'll get over there to that in a minute. I've, cut them off the stem, and I've washing them, and then after I wash them, I'll cut them up, and then we're gonna put them in the pot with the meat and all the seasoning and let them cook for about a good hour and a half. I'm not sure if I don't think they're cabbage collards, but I don't think they have to cook. Well, I know they're not old collards like as I call them from Georgia. The Georgia collards, baby, you have to cook them a few hours. So, which I love them because they got that strong, you talk about strong flavor. They got that strong flavor. So we're just gonna let this cook and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I got my turkey meat cooked enough to start putting my greens in. So what I'm doing with the greens now, I've washed them, just wash them really, really good. And now I'm going to start cutting them up. I'm using my scissors like so to cut them like just like this. Ideally, you want your water boiling, so then you just start cutting your greens in. You can cut them, chop them, however you want to do them. Some people leave them whole. I can remember my mom used to leave them whole because we used to love to take a knife and fork and just cut them up on the plate. But you can just cut them right into the pan just like so. I've already cut some up. I've got over there. It's going to take a good hour for these to cook. Now, some people here in North Carolina, I learned the greens here, people chop them up real fine. Now, I don't like those real fine chopped collards. I just don't. And these that I'm chopping now, as you see, I'm chopping in kind of large pieces. And, you know, a lot of people take them and, you know, take the time and lay them one by one and stack them. I just grab me a handful and fold them over and start cutting. As long as I got my cooking shears, just cut into them just like so. And usually this is enough cutting for my family. They don't, I mean, they'll eat them. Once they get done, they eat them just like this. And I just cut them like this. And sometimes I'll even tear them. It just depends. I mean, there's all kinds of ways. Like I said, it's more than one way to skin a cat. But, you know, when you're cooking collards, the main thing about cooking collards is getting them clean and seasoned. And if they're good and clean, and you can put them in that pan and cook them and get them seasoned like you need to get them seasoned, then you're batting 1,000. And the biggest job is the picking and the cleaning. And, you know, collards, when you know, a lot of people some people use fatback, some people use ham hock, smoked neck bones and all that kind of stuff, smoked turkey, whatever. Some people don't use any meat, they just use, you know, just your dry seasonings, some onions, you know, bell pepper, celery, depends on what flavor you want. But I like the, now when we grew up, of course, we used ham hock and fatback and all that. And since we're trying to back a little bit off the pork and eat a little bit healthier, these days I'm cooking mine with turkey meat. So, you know, and that works out fine because that smoked turkey tastes wonderful. And for those of you all who use smoked turkey to season your vegetables, you know it tastes fine. It tastes wonderful. So we're just going to keep on putting these greens in until we get them all done. Now we're going to have to put some in, let them cook down, because this is a lot of greens. This is a very big old pan, but this is a lot of greens here too. So we're going to let these cook down, and then I'll come back and put some more, and next time y'all see these greens, they're going to be ready to eat, y'all. Collard greens are really, really simple to cook. They're intimidating because it seems like it's a lot to do, but it's not really. You know, you pick out you a good bunch, get that stem out of them, wash them up real good, get you whatever kind of cooking meat you want, put them on there, cut them up, put them in there and cook them. You know, like I said, the seasoning is, after getting them cut and clean, the most important part is getting that right seasoning. That meat's going to season it for you, okay? So we'll be right back shortly. Okay, y'all, I got the collards all in the pot. They are cooking. And in 1 hour, they're going to be ready. Get them pushed down in there. This is going to be a pretty good sized pan. See how full that pan is? Well, they're going to cook down quite a bit. This is a lot of collards in here. A lot of collards. It's 3 bunches of collards, y'all. So we're going to cover them now and just let them go ahead and finish cooking. And we'll see y'all on the other side. Okay, these collards are down to where we put our final little bit of seasoning in. I added another couple teaspoons rather, of complete seasoning. I put 2 tablespoons of, well, I use Brad's vinegar. And I put a tablespoon of brown sugar in there. So, got them going. And they are almost ready. About another 20 minutes and everything will be ready. As you can see, and for collards, if you notice how they are light green and dark green in there. So the light green ones are the ones that are still cooking because I mixed them all up and put them in different intervals. But that's fine. When they all turn that dark green color, these babies will be ready. And of course, you season to your taste. If you feel like you need some more salt, a little bit more sugar, whatever. And of course, you know, the turkey meat will give it that meat flavor in there. So these greens are just about ready, y'all. I took the meat out so that I can get them stirred up real good. And of course, you're going to taste your greens to see what they taste like. And if they taste okay, then you're okay. I think my seasonings are in there. You can taste the juice to see if that juice is right for you. And once the collards cook down into all that good old juice, you're good to go. So I'm going to put back my turkey pieces back in. I took those out. Look like ham hocks laying up there, don't they, y'all? Okay. So, we're done here, y'all. So let them finish cooking, and for all practical purposes, these greens are ready. And as you saw through the instruction, they're not that all that difficult to make. So get that bunch of greens, get started, and make that pot of greens for that family. So we'll see you on the other side when we get the rest of the meal going. Okay, y'all, I'm back. We're gonna get this macaroni cheese going right quick. Okay, I've got the macaroni already cooked. You just cook it according to the box. And what I cooked 2.5 cups of macaroni, elbow macaroni noodles. And then in my little blender here, I blended 2.5 cups of milk, and regular milk, and 1/2 cup of like carnation or cream or heavy whipping cream if you have some. And I cooked my noodles with a little bit of about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and that way I don't have to put a lot of salt. So then I used 1/2 teaspoon of complete seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and just mix it all in with, what I did was I mixed it in with my milk and my eggs. I used 4 eggs, 2.5 cups of regular milk, 1/2 cup of either heavy whipping cream or carnation or whatever you want to use. And I put some Parmesan, had some of this real good grated Parmesan cheese. I put a stick of butter in there. That's why it looks sort of lumpy. And then I put a tablespoon of flour for thickening. That's why that looks nice and thick. It's full of butter. It's full of flour and all that good stuff. So now the only thing I've got left to do, I got to get my cheese grated up, and I'm going to put it in, and we'll have us a pan of macaroni and cheese. So if y'all will just hang on just a minute, I'm going to go get my cheese ready. I've got I've got a block of Velveeta cheese, and then I've got some grated sharp cheddar cheese to put in there. So hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, now what I decided to do is just go ahead and melt my Velveeta. Just melt it and put it right on in there. There we go. And just sort of take your spoon and beat it up in there. Melt it. I'm gonna get my pan. I'll be right back. See how it melts right on in, blends right on in. We'll be back to just pour it right on into the pan, because we need to get this in the oven, y'all. Okay. I've got one of my little foil pans here that I'm going to use to put this in, and what I'm going to do is going to pour it right in. And of course, you know, you have made sure that you got enough salt, pepper, whatever you're going to put in there. You put a little black pepper in there if you like that black pepper taste. Okay. I need a little bit more complete in mine. Just a little bit more. I just need a little bit more of that taste in there. And when, you know, when you cook, because once you cook it, ain't nothing you can do about it, you know? So whatever changes you need to make in terms of adding stuff, go ahead and add it while you have the opportunity. About a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Always makes it taste good. Okay, now we're gonna get ready to just mix it right on up, and then we're just gonna pour that mixture right into the pan. Okay, we're gonna pour half of our mixture in. And I'm gonna put cheese in between there, and then we'll pour the other half on top, and we'll top it off with cheese. Put a cup of cheese in between. There we go. And it's just that simple, y'all. So when we come back, this macaroni, oops, y'all not even seeing all that, are you? Okay, see there, you gotta put your cheese, you have to get you some cheese going in between there. And when we come back, it'll be ready to go, y'all. Okay, that mac and cheese is ready to go into the oven. I'm gonna cover it. Just lay a piece of foil over it so my cheese doesn't get all crispy on top. And then we're gonna get ready now to put the meat in the oven. That macaroni and cheese, second rack, 375 degrees. And now we're gonna get this meat going. We got some chicken wings. And we got some ribs. I got some baby back ribs. Let me get them over here. And see what we got going on. Let's get this camera. Okay. Perfect. Now, hey, I'm sorry about this, y'all. I put my ribs in the oven already. I'm getting ready to put the chicken wings in. I'm sorry. I didn't realize my camera wasn't rolling. So in addition to these lemon pepper chicken wings, we're having baby back ribs. So we'll go ahead and just dump these right on, and then I'll arrange them in a few minutes. I think I got about maybe 20 wings. So we're just gonna spread them out there. And they're gonna go into a 375 degree oven for a couple hours, and they'll be ready. Now these will season with lemon pepper seasoning, obviously salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and some lemon juice. And they've been seasoning overnight, y'all. And as with the ribs, I'll go in and begin to turn them and baste them. Just that simple. Just get that chicken out, wash it, season it, let it marinate overnight, especially if you're going to do the flavors, y'all. Okay, so these are going to go into the oven. Everything is in the oven at 375. Well, I'm going to have to put those on separate shelves. I had to bring the ribs. I didn't let y'all see the ribs. I had to put the ribs in, didn't realize that they were in there without y'all seeing them. So they're gonna go back in the oven. I've seasoned them just like I did the chicken overnight and let them marinate. So they're gonna go in at 375 for a couple hours as well. So here we go. We'll be back. Okay, y'all, the last entree I'm gonna make is my candied yam potatoes. I'm cutting them in. I've peeled them, washed them, peeled them, cutting them into medallion size 1/4-inch disc. And I'm gonna put them in the oven since I got the oven going. You can also put these on top of the stove. Just put them in a pan, put the same ingredient, and cook them. But these are going in to the oven today. Okay. thin that one out a little bit. So you got them all in there. This is 4 medium-sized sweet potatoes. And I'm going to put 2.5 cups of brown sugar packed really tight. So just put it in there and make sure you get it all in like so. Pack it. When I say pack, that means just push it down in there, because you know it's sort of loose and you have to. It's not like regular sugar, fine and soft. It has like a little wetness to it because it has molasses. So we just want to make sure that all that sugar is in there like it needs to be. Okay. Put the other half up. And that's it. Now what we're going to do, I have a stick of butter, a couple tablespoons of vanilla flavor, because it's imitation vanilla. I'm using a couple tablespoons. An eighth of a teaspoon of allspice or nutmeg, and I mixed all that in together. And a fourth of a teaspoon of salt. And just mix it all together. And that's the butter. This is the mixture that I'm going to pour right over top of here. Just make sure it gets over every last one. Oh, I got cinnamon too. A tablespoon of cinnamon is in here as well. Okay. Just make sure it gets all in here. And once everything starts to cook and it melts down into a syrup, the only thing you have to do really is just go back in there and sort of baste them a little bit, and that's it. You have some nice, wonderful candy yam potatoes, y'all. Okay, let me get my foil covered, and when you see them again, they'll be ready to eat. Okay, y'all, I am back. Sunday dinner slash, if you want to call this Labor Day dinner, because we're not doing anything extra for tomorrow. Those collard greens cooked with that smoked turkey is done. The lemon pepper wings are done. Barbecue ribs, these are baby back ribs, cooked in the oven, barbecue. Candy yam potatoes, mac and cheese, and of course, you know we had to have some cornbread to go with those collard greens. Y'all see I had to get my little chunk over there out of the side. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for dropping by. Thank you for your prayers, your well wishes, comments, and compliments. Hope y'all got something good on the stove and getting ready to sit down, relax, and enjoy a great meal like we are. And remember to pray without ceasing, and continue to pray for our friends and for our relatives, and even if you don't know anybody out in Texas and Alabama, in Ukraine, all up and down the seaboard where that weather is just raging, Florida where those fires are raging, just continue to pray without ceasing, y'all. Love you guys. Thank y'all for dropping in. Have a safe and wonderful Labor Day celebration tomorrow for those of you who are celebrating. If you're celebrating today, the same thing. If you're traveling, same thing. Be safe and just enjoy life. Continue to pray without ceasing. We send the angels of the Lord of safety go before you if you have to get on that road today trying to get back home. And listen, guys, love you. Thank you for watching. Pray without ceasing, and we'll see you on the other side. Love you. Toodles. Keep those prayers going up now so the blessings will continue to come down. And by the way, this is one of those, I forgot to say, I don't know if I said it or not, but I'm going to say it now. This is a soul food back in the day Sunday dinner. This brought me all the way back home. The only thing missing is ham hocks and fat back in those greens. We can't do that no more. So This is what Mama used to cook on Sundays for dinner, so this is it, y'all. Toodles.